This will reduce this home's heating and cooling bills by 20 to 40% every single month. A low energy bill is a great indicator of how well your insulation is performing. We've actually extended this kitchen into part of the garage. We've increased the area of finished interior space, and we will reduce their energy bills at the same time. A more efficient home. We're back in Rochester again, and here today we have completed our rough-ins and we're moving on to the finishing. I'm going to tell you in this video today how our work is all going to last decades today with the finish. So, starting with the drywall. It's winter right now. There's moisture and humidity in the air, different inside this conditioned space that's going to be drywalled than outside where most people store their materials. Wouldn't that be convenient just to leave everything out in the snow? No way. We're going to bring all the material inside and have it acclimated to the temperature and moisture settings inside. And that way, when we install this new drywall, it'll all be structurally intact. There shouldn't be nail pops and expansion and contraction issues like you sometimes see with new drywall. It takes more time and effort to position the drywall and to stage it and to move it around like we do, but it's for the benefit of the job and the longevity of all the work we're doing here. We have several different types of mud that we'll be using for drywalling. Fast setting mud can be used to put the initial coatings on. Longer setting mud is used as the second and third layers for the final finish to have it ready for drywall. All the cabinetry and all the wood is not here on site yet intentionally. We stage our material for each element of work that's going to be done so that everyone has space to work here and each team of professionals can come in, do their part of this job, clean up, and move on to the next project. We manage each step this way, ensuring that the materials are delivered the day that we need them, before the crew shows up that's going to need them, but not 2 weeks too early, so there's a chance the cabinets and the drywall could get damaged outside. A lot of projects don't allow for staging like this, but this particular project is just right so that we've been able to come in and come out with different teams and work through the different elements. And we have a work trailer on site that we use for staging material that can be stored outside in unconditioned space. So in our work trailer, we'll often keep materials, tools, equipment, and things that don't belong inside that'll be out of the way here so our teams can work. A lot can go wrong at this stage if things are not planned correctly. It's not unusual that the materials aren't here when they're needed, that the materials are installed in the wrong order. It's not unusual that drywall sometimes can take much longer than it should if the right size pieces aren't here. And so we love to order the right material and specialize in creating the fewest seams possible in the drywall. A lot of contractors don't do 3 coats of mud when they drywall, and we have found that 3 coats is the perfect amount so we get a real smooth finish. And that final coat, if done properly, requires nearly no sanding at all. Smoothing each layer of drywall will eventually create very clean lines where right now the ceiling's been all chopped up here. We had a soffit we removed. We've united different ceiling heights and created a common straight home run. Ordinary fiberglass insulation does not stop much of the heat from escaping. Fiberglass insulation is known to be a carcinogen. It's woven glass fibers. This is a low performing batt insulation and it's used every day. For walls, batt fiberglass insulation will work just fine here. The code is R13 for that, since it's an existing stud cavity. For the ceiling, however, we want to do a much better job insulating the ceilings here, and so we've upgraded this client to blown-in insulation. Stabilized cellulose insulation was blown into the ceilings through this entire home, the new build part and the existing, so the whole entire home will have a whole lot less heat loss. Typically, this will reduce this home's heating and cooling bills by 20 to 40% every single month. Dense, blown-in insulation reduces so much more heat loss than traditional fiberglass batt insulation, and we went ahead and put 15 inches of our best performing insulation in here, bringing the performance of this attic to R57. That is performance ratings of the future. The code requirement was only for R38, so we added 50% more R value. This room is so warm today, I'm excited to see how well this room will heat and cool once it's completed. With blown-in insulation, you don't have to worry about spots getting missed like with traditional batt insulation. Ordinary batt insulation leaves a seam on all sides of the batt for air to pass through. I've been told that batt insulation reduces heat loss by somewhere around 50 to 60% only. Blowing in insulation the way we have in the ceiling here stops closer to 80% of all that heat from escaping, keeping more heat inside. This allows your utilities to run less, like your furnace and your boiler. And of course, a low energy bill is a great indicator of how well your insulation is performing. We've actually extended this kitchen into part of the garage. We've increased the area of finished interior space, and we will reduce their energy bills at the same time. A more efficient home. We uncover so many issues with existing homes in Michigan. The reality is that these homes were built to the code at that time when they were built. This is a 50-year-old home here, and insulation was a new concept back then. And so only a little bit of insulation was required because the cost for heating and cooling a home was very low back then. So the code continues to become more and more strict over the years as energy costs rise. So our process for mudding and finishing drywall, it's 3 steps. We start with the ceiling, and here today we have all the ceiling boards hung. This allowed us to insulate the ceiling with that high quality blown in insulation. Our batt insulation in the walls is all visible today. We just had our inspection and it was approved this morning. So our insulation that's been inspected now can finally be concealed. So we're going to hang new drywall. In Michigan, the drywall boards are ran horizontally. And so they're long sheets of drywall that we have on site here will provide us with as few of seams as possible for finishing. The less seams you have, the less drywall patching and mud work is needed, and the better the outcome will be. Now, a lot of these walls will be concealed with cabinets, and the drywall won't need much finishing, but we tape and mud all the drywall to ensure there's no air sealing issues and that everything has the same 3 coats of mud fully finished. All drywall will be fully finished with 3 coats of mud. This gives us the opportunity to fan out any seams so that they're nearly invisible. And once priming and paint work happens, no one in here would be able to find where those drywall seams ever were. We expect in just 1 week's time to have all the remaining drywall hung, taped, mudded, and finished, ready for paint. When you're having drywall done, you want to make sure that you hire a drywall pro. Here's why you should never let your electrician or plumber do your drywall. It turns out that finishing drywall is a profession of its own. There's specialty tools used, and there's experience that's valuable when finishing drywall. It's a technique that's different than any other technique in remodeling a home. So electricians and plumbers wouldn't be the best drywaller for most projects. And we want to use the right drywall compound and mud and taping product. Make sure that everything is done according to the manufacturer's strict install guidelines. And of course, everything we do meets and exceeds code. We put more fasteners in than what are required. So none of these sheets are going to move or rattle loose or develop cracks or have cosmetic defects. Truth is, there's a big difference between a drywalling expert and someone that just does it once in a while. Mudding drywall is one of the most challenging elements of remodeling a space. Truth is, it's really difficult to make new drywall look good and last a long time. So we spend a lot of extra time making sure that the materials are acclimated, that the people who are doing the work are specialists, and we never have a plumber do drywall. Leave it to the pros. Folks that specialize in drywall are very efficient and they know how to make the work look good and last a long time. We love to deliver good quality to our customers. This drywall is going to look great for decades.